How could being deficient in one mineral cause all of this? I'm going to go through these symptoms right here. You're going to be shocked that you might have a problem going on that is a very simple fix. I'm going to reveal what it is in a moment. Let's take a look at the havoc that one mineral that might quite possibly be the most deficient mineral in America is creating all of these different problems. And you might have never connected the dots of what's actually the cause so that you can fix it and get relief. Check this out. What mineral's doing all of this? Eye twitching. You ever had that little like, and it just, it's like that twitch on the side of the eye? I've had this before. Maybe you've had it. Calcium's getting in to that muscle and it's hyperstimulating it because of a lack of one mineral. Depression tied directly to the lack of this one nutrient. Anxiety significantly attributed to and studied, research shows, to be tied to this one nutrient. Lack of emotion. You just feel sort of numb. If you have that feeling, you might be missing this one nutrient. Bone density. It goes down because the amount of calcium getting into the bone goes down. This mineral is responsible for doing that. That might be the whole cause of why your bones are weak. You're just missing this one thing. If your energy is down and you're feeling fatigue, this is what fires up your muscles. This is what gives them and allows the energy to happen. Muscle weakness then takes place, as well as muscle pain. There's a decreased amount of potassium inside of your cells if you are lacking this one nutrient. Then your muscles can't relax properly, and that's where you get a lot of muscle pain. If you're straining or you're having a lot of aches and pains, could it be that if you just added this mineral in, it would wipe all that out? Your blood pressure goes up. Speaking of muscles, when you're lacking this one mineral, you could literally potentially lower the blood pressure, avoid the lisinopril and the medications if you just had enough of this one mineral that most people are deficient in. Asthma is created when this mineral is absent because it increases the amount of calcium that builds up in the lungs just from this one mineral. Arrhythmia takes place. The heart can't pump in rhythm because it's missing this electrical conductor, the same mineral. Congestive heart failure increases. Both of these are tied to an imbalance of potassium around your heart because without this nutrient, it can't be moderated. And here's the kicker. You can blood test for it, but you don't get an accurate result to tell if you have enough of it in your body. So essentially, for most of you, going to get a regular physical and getting a blood test, you can't test for it because a lot of it is in the cells, in the muscles, in these tissues being used. It's not just floating around abundantly in your blood to measure, do you have enough? So most blood tests will show that you are normal in this mineral and in this nutrient, when the reality is millions of Americans deal with these kind of issues, and if they just took this one. So I'm not saying don't get a blood test. I'm not saying don't measure for it. You can still get that information, but usually it's not going to show you. I'm going to reveal on the backside of what this nutrient is and how much to take on a daily basis and how to quickly, easily raise this back up so you can avoid all of these things. But it usually doesn't show up on that blood test. You ready to see what it is? The mineral, the nutrient that I believe is one of the top 2, for sure in the top 5 most deficient nutrients for Americans in the country right now. Do you have a guess? You can put it in the comments right now. The number 1 nutrient that we're missing, or number 2 or number 3, right up there, severely lacking, and I'm going to show you the foods that you can get to really do this. You ready? Did you guess? Magnesium. You were correct. You know how long it took me to color that M and that G? I colored that just for you. Magnesium. Magnesium in multiple forms. You can get it in a lot of different ways. You can get a ton of it through food. Creates all of this. Missing one nutrient. It's so simple to get in. 200 to 400 milligrams per day is where I hover around. I get a little bit from my vitamin D supplement. I get a little bit from my collagen that I take, and I get a little bit from my electrolyte powder. And that combination puts me at 200 to 400 milligrams. Normally I supplement with around 200. I get the rest of it from my food each day. There are 20 foods that are fantastic sources of this. So if you want an electrolyte powder to make sure you're getting some of it in, check out mine below. But I put together this video of breaking down these 20 foods that are chock full of this super nutrient, this incredibly essential mineral. I put it right here for you. It's a logical next step. Magnesium, get it in. And then I would love to know what happens to your body in the comments below.